Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 30.
Read.
Therefore I will judge you, O house of Israel.
O house of who?
O house of Israel.
Read.
Everyone according to his ways.
Everyone according to his ways. So you can't say, well, you know what, my pastor, I respect him so much, I was just going off what he said. Guess what? The Most High not dealing with that. It's up to you to seek out that truth. It's up to you to study and show yourself approved. Cause there's pastors out here that scatter sheep. Hey, how y'all sisters doing? Can I have 2 minutes of y'all time to show y'all 2 scriptures? Appreciate that. Now, have y'all ever heard of the Hebrew Israelites? Y'all ever heard? Okay. What understanding do y'all have of that?
That they're the people.
All right. So do you guys understand that you're Hebrew Israelites?
Yes.
So you do understand that you're the chosen people of God?
Yes.
And do you guys understand the requirements of that God has for you?
What?
No, the requirements.
What?
So let me get that. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 20. What y'all from the tribe of Judah? Y'all look like Judites. 10 to 12, yeah. No. I said tribe of Judah, American Negroes. Yeah, no, what? Jamaica? Caribbean? All right, so you're from the mighty tribe of Benjamin, right? Down here. What about you, sis? Same thing? Okay, come on. Where's your father from?
Here.
Your father from here? All right, so you would be from the tribe of Judah, right? But your parents are both Caribbean? Both Trinidad? All right, from Benjamin. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12.
Read.
And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord God require of thee?
Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God, and to walk in all his ways,
Read.
and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Right. So the Most High said that we have to love him, we have to fear him, and we have to walk in all his ways. The common denominator of all of those things is keeping the commandments. Because love is an action word, right? I'm pretty sure, how old are y'all? 22, you? So y'all have had relationships before, right? Y'all speaking to a young man or whatever, y'all start to explain to him how y'all want to be treated, right? How y'all want to be loved. That's how the Most High deals with us. The Most High tells us how he wants to be loved. And if we don't, what happens when he doesn't meet those requirements that you told him, right? You chuck the deuces up. That's how the Most High deal with us. Y'all don't want to keep my requirements, y'all don't want to do what I tell you, I'm gonna go ahead and chuck the deuces up to y'all. And then now look at how we living. Because what is the punishment for us if we don't keep his commandments, if we don't fulfill those requirements? Hell, that's a good way to describe it, because we living in hell today, right? But a lot of our people, they think that it's good enough that we can walk up and down Wynwood. A lot of our people, they always say, man, if I was back in slavery, I would have never let the white man do that to you. Listen, you was under the curses of the Most High. You had no choice. Right. We had no might in our hands. You think our forefathers just wanted that to happen? The Most High put that curse upon us, man. The Most High is the one who brings us up, and he's the one who brings us low. Let me get Deuteronomy 28:15. Because as young women, y'all have a responsibility to be holy unto the Most High God. Y'all can't just say, oh, this is my body, I can do whatever I want to do. Because that's a very prideful statement to make. Because y'all didn't make yourselves. The Most High made y'all. Matter of fact, hold that. Let me get Psalms 100. Let me get Psalms 100. The Most High created y'all to be holy women, tender women, delicate. Because as women, I don't want to say it, what are some stereotypes, what are some stigmas about the so-called black woman? Give me 3 words. Ignorant, attitude, what else? Aggressive. Why are all of these things stigmatized about our people? Right? About our women, so to speak. I never heard nothing about a Chinese woman. I have no saying. I never heard anything about an Arab woman. Right? You go into the store, all you see is their eyes. Right? I used to work with one lady. I couldn't even touch her. I was dapping up everybody saying I'm about to go home. She's like, right? She's like, hey, listen, you can't touch me. That's how the other women act. But why are our women so out of control? Read that.
Psalms 100.
Yeah. Verse 3.
Psalms 100, verse 3. Know ye that the Lord is he. Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that has made us.
Right.
And not we ourselves.
So the Most High made us, not ourselves. So now I'm going to give you a few scriptures pertaining specifically to women on how you guys should conduct yourself. Let me get 1 Peter 3 and 5. 1 Peter 3 and 5. And the reason why I like to go to this one first is because in this world, there's been a lot of changes. Our women in the old days never used to wear pants. Now you see women wearing pants. Our women used to wear dresses. Our women in the old days used to be in subjection to their husbands. Now they say nigga kick rocks, right? Our women used to be modest in apparel. Now, listen, I'm on Wynwood and I think I'm at the beach. Because cheeks is all out. What's going on here?
Hot girl summer.
Right? Hot girl summer, no matter where. They don't care what it is. Concrete jungle, on the beach, it don't matter. Hot girl summer is hot girl summer, I guess. Read that.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 5.
Read.
For after this manner, in the old time,
In the old times, right? Before all of this hot girl summer, before all this video vixen era, right? Read.
the holy women also,
The holy women also. We talking about holy women when we gonna continue reading. Read.
who trusted in God,
Who trusted in God. Read.
adored themselves,
Adorn themselves how?
being subjection
Uh-huh.
unto their own
Being
husbands.
subjection unto their own husbands. Now, in this world, right? Our women, they reach of a certain age and they want to do everything that their father didn't let them do, right? You couldn't have a boyfriend in my house. Soon as you get out, oh, I'm gonna go get me a boyfriend. Then he get you pregnant, he leave you, now you crying, right? You calling daddy. Daddy like, well, I tried to keep you from that, but you were so hot and ready, now you done got yourself into something. So you young sisters, y'all have to take a man with understanding. But also, a man of understanding is not gonna take a woman who's out of control. So you gotta get yourself first, get yourself right first with the Most High, and then the Most High will send you that man of understanding, and he's gonna deal with you righteously. Read. Right. And you gotta pray for that man, correct. But the Most High doesn't hear the prayer of sinners. So if you wanna be in the club being loose, and then wake up in the morning crying because the dude who you thought you was with, he was in the club too, and you saw him last night, and now you know he cheating on you, that's not how the Most High.
He was cute.
Right, he was cute, that's it. That's all he had going for him. Read that.
Verse 6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham,
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham. Read.
calling him Lord.
Calling him Lord. Would our women even think to call a man Lord nowadays? No, right? It's you worthless, broke, whatever, right? They would never think of calling him Lord. But Sarah did it. Our foremother did it. Read.
Whose daughter ye are.
Whose daughter ye are. So you gotta have that like manner like Sarah, because this is in the time of this is in Abraham times. But she was in subjection to her own husband. I don't remember Abraham cussing out Sarah, right? I don't remember Abraham cussing out Sarah. She was chilling. Anytime Abraham asked her to do something, she went ahead and did it. Read.
As long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement, likewise, ye husband dwell likewise, ye husbands.
All right, drop that. Let me get 1 Timothy 2:9. Let me get 1 Timothy 2:9.
Preach!
1 Timothy 2:9. Because let me ask y'all something, right? This quick question. Let's say we was all in the classroom, right? And you know, like when you first go to class, they say introduce yourselves, right? Now, let's say you got up there, you was doing a presentation, and let's just say you was like, oh, I like boys who wear red shirts. How much of us you think will come with a red shirt the next day? Probably everybody, right? That's gonna be everybody. Well, I'm gonna go get a Fire's red shirt. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, y'all have power also, right? Y'all are not over the man, but you guys have power also. You guys have a part to play in bringing back this nation. Because guess what? If y'all like the bad boys and the scammers, right, and the drug dealers, guess what we gonna have? We gonna have bad boys, scammers, and drug dealers. But if a brother was to approach you and say, hey, what you dealing with, sis? Hey, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You know, I'm keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And if you want to be my husband, you got to come. You got to meet my elders. You got to come to at least 7 Shabbats. You got to get yourself right. You know what that brother gonna do? He gonna come to the Shabbat. Or then guess what? You dodged a bullet, and all you did was bring up the Most High. But you yourself got to get right. Read that.
1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9.
Read.
In like manner also, that women adore themselves in modest apparel.
Read.
With shamefacedness.
With shamefacedness and what?
With sobriety.
And sobriety. Read.
Not with burly hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly or rare.
Right. It's not saying that you can't have it. You know, you have your earrings, you have all of that stuff. But before you leave the house, you really gotta look. Yo, is my breast showing? Is my butt showing? This is my body that the Most High created. I'm really about to leave the house. So what's the point of me being your boyfriend if I don't have to be and I can still see all of your assets? Right? That doesn't make any sense. So before y'all leave the house, y'all really got to think to yourself, am I dressing modestly? Right? Go ahead, you get your nice modest dress. You don't got to look like a grandma, but it don't got to be skin tight so where I can sit there and draw every single curve that you have. You understand what I'm trying to say? So our women are supposed to dress modestly and be in sobriety. That means that when you at the club, you shouldn't get pissy drunk. Right? Your own girl shouldn't have to draw you out of the club. You shouldn't be acting a fool in the club. Because when you go out, you either represent first of all, you represent the Most High, but then you will represent your father, and if you have a husband, you represent your husband. So there's no gray area for you to just act loose as a goose. Read.
Verse 10. But which becometh the woman professing godliness.
Professing what?
Godliness.
Read.
With good works. Let the woman learn in silence. With all subjection.
With what?
With all subjection.
That's how our women should learn. When your husband come and teach you and try to teach you something, you should want to learn in silence, right? You shouldn't. Oh well, what about this? Oh well, what about this? Listen, if you don't know something, just calm down. Let me get 1 Corinthians 8:2. Let me get 1 Corinthians 8:2. Because sometimes we can get defensive, and we can make it seem as if, you know what? I'm gonna just try to overtalk him because he making sense. I don't know if that's true. I see a lot of TikTok videos on that. When the man start making sense, y'all have this defense mechanism, right? That y'all just, I don't know, y'all. And guess what? When a man act like that, what do we usually say? You acting like a what? We ain't gotta say the word, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? Because he's not supposed to act like that. If a man is wrong, he's supposed to say, you know what, baby, you right. Right? Because guess what? They emotional and they acting effeminate. We not dealing like that, because guess what? When you coming out of the scriptures, there's nothing that we can say. But if you just being a woman and you trying to get over and we peeping game, don't get mad because we done caught on. But if you coming out the scriptures, today is the Sabbath day, right? Let's say me and you was together, and I'm about to go out. I'm saying, yo, I'm about to go to the store and buy something. You be like, oh, where you going? It's a Sabbath day. Ain't no buying and selling. I can't say, man, be quiet. I gotta say, now you know what you right. Right? Because next thing you know, I'm trying to go to the store and I'm walking down the aisle and most time make me slip and bust my head, man. Right? Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 2.
Read.
And if any man think that he knows anything, he knows nothing.
He knows nothing. So we can't be prideful. I want to give y'all one more scripture. Let me get SIRACH 5:2. Because this is a response that I see most of our sisters giving. And I don't like to clump every female into one, right? Because y'all have your own personalities. I don't know y'all from a can of paint, but if y'all do have these characteristics, I'm trying to show y'all how the Most High feels about it. SIRACH 5:2.
SIRACH chapter 5, verse 2.
Read.
Follow not thy own heart, so like follow not thy own mind and thy own strength to walk in the ways of thy heart.
Read.
And say not, who shall control me for my works?
Read.
For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride.
So when we bringing out this correction, if y'all would have been like, well, you can't tell me what to do. Who gonna check me? Who gonna run me? The Most High said, don't say that, because the Most High gonna check you on that. For our sisters who think that they beauty is everything and they just run the world, let me show you what the scripture say. I know I said last scripture, but this is the last one for real. Ezekiel 3:6. Ezekiel 3:6. I know they're like, damn, how much last ones you got? Ezekiel 3:6. Because our sisters think that that's the end all be all. I'm bad. The Most High blessed me with a sexy body. I run the world. Nobody can't tell me nothing. Right? If I tell a dude, he need to be. Hey, y'all be seeing them Kevin Samuels clips? I know y'all be seeing the Kevin Samuels clips. Nah? There's a dude named Kevin Samuel. I guess he's like a relationship guru. Every time he's on the phone with a girl, they say, well, what do you want your man to be making? Oh, $500,000? Where did they get this mindset from? Who is they to be saying that they want their man to be making $500,000 for what? Why does he have to make this much money? What do you have that this man needs $500,000? Unless you Oprah, I don't see your argument. Right? Ezekiel 3:6. I don't see their argument. 500 bands? That's crazy. Read.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 16.
Read.
Moreover, the Lord says, because the daughter of Zion are hardy.
Because the daughter of Zion are hardy, meaning they have a pride look, right? I'm the baddest thing walking. Read.
And walk with a stretched forth neck.
Right? Like I said, I'm the baddest thing walking. Read.
And wanting eyes.
And wanting eyes,
Walking and menacing as they go.
Read.
And making a tinkling with their feet.
Making a tinkling with their feet. Got the little anklet bracelet on. Read.
Therefore the Lord will smite thee with scabs.
Yeah, she know the move. She know the move. She know the move. The little twinkling of the feet. Read.
Therefore the Lord will smite thee with scabs.
With, and what else?
The crown of thy head. And the daughters, of the daughters of Zion.
Hey, listen. A lot of reasons why our sisters' hair is not growing how it should be is because they continue to break the commandments. And the Most High say, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and smite that head. And then the Chinese woman, she know that. So he said, you know what? I'm gonna open me up a weave store and I'm gonna go right in the hood. Because I know that curse that the Most High put on them. And guess what? I got the antidote. And they gonna pay that $500 because they ain't got no choice. Right? AliExpress? What's that? Oh, AliExpress. That's the website where look, she know. Read. Put in totality, the Most High said, listen, there's gonna come a time where all those things that our women are prideful in, they looks, they raiment, they jewels, they all of this, he gonna take all of that away. And if the inside of you ain't beautiful, you ain't gonna have nothing, man. And the Most High is gonna destroy you. Exactly. But when you look at what the word love means in the scriptures, it means to keep the commandments. So if you two women, if y'all grow, y'all already old, y'all are gonna have husbands, y'all not supposed to be out there committing adultery. If listen, we all get tempted. You might see all your homegirls, they getting all the likes on Instagram because they wearing skimpy clothes. You might be like, you know what, I need to get back on my game. Your husband see you doing that, he like, yo, what you doing? Salakia, right? I apologize, babe. Let me get back right. Because at the end of the day, Salakia in Hebrew means excuse me, so I apologize, right? So, my bad, right? I was going off. That's what we kind of say when you going off from the law, statutes, and commandments. So it's good that y'all sit here and hearken. So know that y'all are Israelites. You from the tribe of Benjamin, you from the tribe of Judah, and that y'all requirements is to fear, keep the Most High's ways, and to love Him. And how you do that is to keep the commandments. If you don't mind, one of the brothers gonna take down your information, if y'all don't mind, so we can share where we have our congregation up in Broward. And you know, if y'all have any questions, y'all have, cause you need somebody to talk to. Y'all might not see us again, you know, but yeah, huh? Your grandpa's a deacon? Okay, that's cool. I mean, I get that, but did he ever bring out to you these things here? Okay, cool. And he was the one who taught you you're an Israelite and everything? Okay, cool. All praise to the Most High. So he's doing a good job already. But you know, right, so, I mean, all of our people don't, you know, they might sprinkle some truth and they might hold back some. I'm not saying anything about your grandpa. I don't know him. I've never been to his church. I never hear him utter something that I can say, yo, you going off according to the Bible. But it's always good to have your family around because we all family. All right, so if you don't mind, have the brother take your information and just stay in contact with us, all right?
Hey, Sam.
Nah,
give them the YouTube, too.
Come on. So that's what it's all about. Humble sisters coming to hear the word of the Most High God, because that's how we get transformed. Wisdom is what transforms us. Wisdom is what makes us a better people. Because without it, we're nothing but brute beasts. We have to convert our ways, our brother and sister. Hey, y'all ever heard that y'all were Israelites, that y'all were God's chosen people? Huh? Yeah. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all know y'all God's chosen people?
Of course.
Y'all,
I'm God's child.
you God's child? So let me ask you a question. As God's child, what should you be doing? What is your...
Should I be doing?
Yes, what is your requirement according to the Bible? Because I don't want you to think I'm saying it.
I'm doing God's work.
You're doing God's work?
Yes.
What is God's work?
I'm being, nice to people, helping my friends,
Uh-huh.
my family,
Okay.
studying hard, going to church,
Okay.
doing my thing.
Okay. Let me get Isaiah 49:5. Now, do y'all spread the word out to anybody else? Let me finish. Letting them know that they're an Israelite and they have to keep God's commandments. Is that the message that y'all spread?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every single message.
Okay, cool. Now, I just want to ask y'all one question. One question.
One question.
Can y'all name one of the feast days that the Most High listed in Leviticus chapter 23? Yeah, one of the feast days.
That was too much English.
Easter. That was too much English. We're not from here.
You said Easter? What you say?
Can you repeat the question?
Christmas.
I said, what is one of the feast days that the Most High listed in Leviticus chapter 23 that we ought to keep as a nation of people? Right? Christmas? What she said? What's that?
Pentecost.
Pentecost? Okay, cool. That's good. That's right. What you say? Okay, now that's good. All right. Now they call it Easter. They call it Easter. They call it Easter in the Bible, but it's really Passover. Right? It's really Passover. Passover is when if y'all know our history, when we were in Egypt, the Most High sent a death angel over Egypt and smite all the firstborns of the Egyptians. And for every Israelite, they had to put blood on the doorpost, and the angel would pass by and they'll be saved. That was our Passover. When the sun rose, we exited out of Egypt. We left the Egyptians behind. So every year, right, in the 15th day of the first month, we celebrate the Passover because that was given to us as Israelites as a commandment of God. Now she said Christmas. Let me get Jeremiah 10:1. Christmas has nothing to do with us as a people. Christmas is a so-called white man's holiday. Because guess what? Y'all know what they was doing back there when it was in Rome, right? It was some freakiness going on, man. It was some freakiness going on. Hey, we're not worried about you. You going into captivity, thus saith the Most High God. You going into captivity, thus saith the Most High God. You coming to captivity, thus saith the Most High God. And then y'all, Hey, listen, we're not worried about you. You're not worried about you. Hey, in the kingdom, you're gonna be licking down my boots, man. You're gonna be licking down my boots. You're gonna be licking down my boots. And your wife's gonna be giving my wife pedicures. Hey, God is not for you. God hates your guts. God hates your guts. God hates your guts. And that's why you're going into slavery. You damn devil. You damn devil. Hey, let me hold on. Let me get Mark 4:15. Let me get Mark 4:15. Because sometimes our people might do it, but because he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's unrighteousness in every single way. He's unrighteous. He didn't exactly. We wasn't talking to him. We wasn't talking to him. Exactly. We wouldn't let him walk by. And we be sparing y'all Edomites when we let y'all walk by, and we don't tell y'all judgment every single chance we get. But if y'all want to come against the men of the Lord, we not worried about him. Because if he would have put his hands up, it would have been a different story. He would have been the garbage can. We would have took the garbage can, put it over there, and he would have been standing right there. Read that. Salaki.
Mark chapter 4, verse 15.
Read.
And these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown.
Right, we trying to sow the words in your hearts. Read.
By when they have heard, Satan coming immediately.
Satan coming immediately. I ain't get 20 seconds into what I was about to say. Here comes Satan. But we gonna drop that. Let me get Jeremiah 10:1. Now, the sister said Christmas. I can't blame the sister because I was ignorant and I used to think Christmas had something to do with Jesus too. But then I realized that it didn't when I learned the truth. So once I learned the truth, guess what? Christmas will come around, family calling my phone, I'm straight. I used to do overtime at work just so that I didn't have to be home in that setting. And they probably like, damn, what's going on with him? But guess what? I have to choose the Most High over my family. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1.
Read.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord.
Thus saith the Most High. Read.
Learn not the ways of the heathen.
Learn not the ways of the heathen. If you are an Israelite, you're considered a heathen. The Israelites have their feast days. Any celebratory day that they want to come up with and proclaim as a national holiday, that's the way of the heathens. We don't deal with it. Valentine's Day, Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, anything, 4th of July, all of that, leave that to the heathen. Leave it to them. Because the Most High gave us a goodly heritage and everything within it. Read.
And be not dismayed at the signs of the heavens.
Read.
For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customers of the people are vain.
Read.
And one cutteth a tree.
Now tell me what this sound like. One cutteth the tree. Read.
One cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Out of the forest.
The works of their hands are of the workmen with axe.
Right. So they take the axe. They cutting down the tree in the forest. Read.
The deck is with silver and gold.
They deck it with silver and gold. Read.
They fasten it with a nail.
They fasten it with the nail side. Don't move. Read.
And with hammers.
Real quick. And with hammers. Read.
That it moved not.
That it moved not. This is no. I get y'all, and I appreciate y'all stopping. I just want y'all to understand that y'all the daughters of Zion. Y'all the men of Zion. Y'all have to keep the commandments and live. Right. If y'all are y'all close friends. Y'all all hang around. Let that brother get at least one of y'all numbers so we can stay in contact with y'all. Because our people need to. Oh, where y'all from? Where's that? Canada? Oh,
we got brothers up there too.
Oh, we got brothers up there too. So just take his number. Just one of y'all take his number, one of the brothers, because we don't know if we don't know if any of y'all got boyfriends. Hey, brother, take down his. Your dad is a pastor. Hey, listen. Your dad, he might think that he's doing the best thing, right? Because listen, there's no better job than serving the Most High God. But he has to go according to the Bible. If he celebrates, if he condones, right, any of these paganistic things and say, oh, it's for the kids, it's for this, it's for that, right? What he has to teach is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans and the Israel diaspora are the Israelites according to God, and we have to keep his commandments. He must teach that we're in this condition because we broke God's commandments. Hey, listen, y'all are all beautiful sisters. How y'all should dress modestly, right? If one of y'all had a tattoo right here, I shouldn't know about it. I shouldn't know about it. Only y'all husbands should know about it, right? If y'all got a tattoo on your inner thigh, I shouldn't know about it. Only y'all husbands should know about it. So when y'all get dressed, understand that the Most High created y'all. Y'all didn't do nothing to look this good. The Most High gave it to y'all off rip, right? But the Most High said that y'all have to dress modestly. So when you go on Google, just put in dressing modestly, look at a couple of pictures. When you get dressed in the mirror, look at the picture on the internet, look at yourself in the mirror and say, yo, I don't think this is modestly. I probably need to go and change.
God created me like that.
Right? All right? So, hey, because listen, you know, y'all don't want to fall into the hands of the Most High, man. Right? Because the Most High can close up y'all womb, y'all will never have children. Right? Hey, that's, hey, I'm just saying, you continue to strut and make you think that you everything, you're going to be the sexiest woman without a child.
But we are everything. What you mean?
What do you mean everything?
We are.
Whoa.
Successful.
Whoa, wait. Understand what I'm trying to say. I did say that you can't have confidence, but there's a difference between confidence and pride. It's a very thin line.
I am pride.
Huh?
I'm proud.
You're proudful?
I'm prideful.
Do you think that that's a good thing to be?
Yes.
Not in every situation.
No, all right, let me present it. Do you think that it's good to be prideful towards the Most High? No.
We're not saying that.
Exactly. So, but this is what I'm saying. When you choose not to dress modestly, you're showing pride. You're showing prideful to the Most High. Because you're like, yeah, Most High, I know you created me. I know you gave me everything that I got. But guess what? I'm going to dress however I want to anyway. That's proud. So I'm not saying it because of me. You're not my wife, but you are my sister. And I have to, if I love you, I can't suffer sin upon you. Because you could have cussed me out and said, nigga, I'm going to do whatever I want to do and walk down the street. It don't matter. My job is to tell you right. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because when things don't happen, or if you meet a dude, you go, Proverbs 6 and 18. 16 and 18. You go, you meet some dude, guess what? He get you pregnant, and then you turn into a baby. You turn into a baby mama, now you mad. Then you wondering why. Well, maybe I should have dressed modestly, and maybe I should have had more understanding of the type of man that I should have been dealing with. Maybe things would have happened differently. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 8.
Verse 18.
Verse 18.
Read.
Pride goeth before destruction.
Pride goeth before destruction. You don't want to be destroyed,
We
right?
need to eat.
I get you. Last scripture. Read.
And a haughty spirit before a fall.
Hey, y'all don't want to be destroyed. Y'all don't want to fall. So sisters, he gonna have that information. Y'all stay in touch.
It's been real.
All right. I hope y'all not being sarcastic.
No.
All right, cool.
No.
Yeah, because
We wouldn't say it.
Okay, all right. I appreciate y'all stopping to give me a minute of your time, man. That's what's up. Hey, man, our sisters in these last days, they got to get right. They're crucial to our nation being built back up. They're crucial to be our nation being back up, man. Because they can encourage their husband to do better, right? They can encourage their husband to do better. Because no man ain't gonna want to see that his wife keeping the commandments more than him. He'll be like, damn, I got to get right, all right? Don't tell nobody about this, baby. All right, let's keep it on the low. Let me go ahead and get right. Let me go get some more precepts from the priest real quick.